We have 50 states in this country. Each of those states has the capacity and currently has the power and the obligation to make a particularized determination as to how its healthcare system ought to operate. It is states, after all, that by and large have the power to license doctors and license nurses and hospitals and clinics. It's the states that generally have the power to license health insurance companies and by and large to regulate health insurance companies. It's also the states that have the power to come up with a system of tort laws to govern medical malpractice liability suits. These are major, major drivers of healthcare costs in this country. It is the states that have the power to decide a lot of these questions dealing with healthcare. And what works in Utah might not work as well in Massachusetts or Vermont. What works in Oregon might not work as well in Florida. Each of the states needs to continue to have the capacity to serve as a sort of laboratory of Republican democracy. When one state discovers something that works in its state, another state can decide for itself whether to follow the same set of rules. States that do things well will tend to be rewarded with more people and more businesses moving into that state. This is not about whether or not we need health care reform. This case is instead about who has the power to do that and at which level of government that reform ought to occur. I believe, and I'm convinced the Founding Fathers contemplated a system in which that decision should be made to the greatest extent possible at the state level and not at the national level. Moreover, individuals ought to be able to make decisions about their health insurance without government, specifically their national government, making that decision for them. We value freedom and autonomy in this country, especially freedom and autonomy from a national, distant, sovereign government.